We're going to go look at section 4.4, which is applications of linear equations in two variables. Question number 1, and it looks like these are all going to be word problems because they're applications. Tanya bought 3 adult tickets and 1 children's ticket to a movie for $19.30. Lee bought 4 adult tickets and 5 children tickets for $36. Find the cost of 1 adult ticket and the cost of 1 children's ticket. So we have adult tickets and children tickets. So A is going to be the price for an adult ticket, and C is going to be the price for children's ticket. Okay, let's go get our equations. Tanya bought 3 adult tickets, so 3A, and 1 children's ticket, so 1C, and that cost $19.30. Lee bought 4 adult, so 4A, and 5 children, 5C, for $36. All right, there's our system. I need to get rid of either the A's or the C's. I'm going to choose to get rid of the C's. So I need to multiply this top equation by -5, because I would have -5C plus 5C. So here we go. -15A minus 5C equals, okay, what is -5 times 1930? Is -9650. Okay, I'm going to leave the second equation alone. 4A plus 5C equals 36. My C's are gone. -15A plus 4A is -11A. C's are gone. -9650 plus 36 is -60.50. Dividing both sides by -11, A will equal -60.50 divided by -11, 5.50. So an adult ticket costs $5.50. How do I get the children's ticket? Well, I'm going to plug that value back in to one of those two equations. I'm going to do the top equation. So 3 times 550 plus 1C equals 1930. 3 times 550 is 16.5 plus C equals 1930. I need to subtract 1650 from both sides. And I get C equals 1930 minus 1650. 280. So the children's tickets are $2.80 each. Question number 2. Bennett purchased some beef and some chicken for a family barbecue. The beef cost $7 per pound, and the chicken cost $3.90 per pound. He bought a total of 18 pounds of meat and spent $95. How much of each type of meat did he purchase? Okay, here we go again. B is going to be the amount of beef, and C is going to be the amount of chicken. Okay, he bought a total of 18 pounds of meat. So our B plus C needs to equal 18 pounds. For our second equation, we know that beef is $7 a pound, chicken is $3.90 per pound, and he spent $95. So 7B plus 3.90C is equal to $95. That's our system. I'm going to solve this system by substitution. If I subtract C from both sides, I get B equals 18 minus C. I'm going to substitute that in for my B right here. So here we go. 7 times 18 minus C plus 3.90C equals 95. If I distribute 7 times 18 is 126 minus 7C plus 3.90C equals 95. Collecting like terms, negative 7C plus 390C, negative 7 plus 390 is negative 3.1. I still have the 126 equals 95. Subtracting 126 from both sides, I get negative 3.1C equals 95 minus 126 is negative 31. Dividing both sides by negative 3.1, negative 3.1, I get C equals negative 31 divided by negative 3.1 is 10. So the amount of chicken I need is 10 pounds. Now to get the beef, I'm going to plug that in to that equation. B equals 18 minus 10. So the beef, I need 8 pounds of beef. Question number 3. 11,000 was borrowed from two sources, one that charges 20% simple interest and the other that charges 5% simple interest. If the total interest at the end of 1 year was $1,900, how much money was borrowed from each source? Okay, I'm going to use the letter, T, for the amount borrowed at 20%, and I'm going to use the letter F for the amount borrowed at 5%. All right, let's see. $11,000 was borrowed from two sources. $11,000 borrowed. So my T plus F has to equal 11,000. Let's see, one charges 20% simple interest, the other charges 5% simple interest, and the total interest after 1 year was $1,900. So 0.20 T plus 0.05 F equals how much interest? 1,900? There's my system. All right, here we go. I'm going to do this one by substitution as well. I'm going to subtract F from both sides. So that would give me T equals 11,000 minus F. That is what I'm going to plug in for T in this equation. So I get 0.20 times 11,000 minus F plus 0.05 F equals 1900. Distributing the 0.20. 0.20 times 11,000 is 2200 minus 0.20 F plus 0.05 F equals 1900. Combining like terms, negative 0.20 F plus 0.05 F is negative 0.15 F. I still have 2200 equals 1900. Almost there. If I subtract 2200 from both sides, I have negative 0.15 F equals 1900 minus 2200 is negative 300. Dividing both sides by negative 0.15, I get F equals negative 300 divided by negative 0.15. I get 2000. So the amount borrowed from the 5% account, because F was the 5%, was 2000. How do I get the other? Let's see here. Go purple. I'm going to plug that back into that equation. So T equals 11,000 minus F, which was 2,000. 11,000 minus 2,000 is 9,000. So 9,000 was borrowed from the 20% account. Question 4. As part of his retirement strategy, John plans to invest $190,000 in 2 different funds. He projects that the moderately high-risk investments should return over time about 9% per year, while the low-risk investments should return about 4% per year. If he wants a supplemental income of $10,600 a year, how should he divide his investments? So we have 2 different investments. One is going to be at 9%, one is going to be at 4%. So we're going to let the N be the amount that you're investing at 9%. And let's let F be the amount invested at 4%. So he plans to invest a total of $190,000. So N plus F needs to equal 190. I should say 190,000. All right. Now for the return part. Moderately high-risk investments should return about 9% per year. So 0.09 times that much money, N, plus 0.04 times F should equal $10,600. I'm going to choose to do elimination, or addition, I should say. I'm going to multiply the top equation by negative 0.09. If I do, I get negative 0.09 N minus 0.09 F equals negative 0.09 times 190,000 is negative 17,100. Okay, I'm going to add these 2 equations up. Those are going to be gone. 0.04F minus 0.09F gives me negative 0.05F. and that will equal 10,600 minus 17,100, which is negative 6,500. If I divide both sides by negative 0.05, F will equal negative 6,500 divided by negative 0.05 is 130,000. So the amount invested at 4% is $130,000. Now, if I invested a total of $190,000, I'm going to plug that value back into the top equation. N plus $130,000 equals $190,000. I need to subtract 130,000 from both sides, and I find out that the N equals 60,000. So I need to invest $60,000 at 9%. Number 5, how much 50% disinfectant solution must be mixed with 40% disinfectant solution to produce 25 gallons of a 45% disinfectant solution? I like thinking of these as the mixture problems. Remember we saw these back during exam 1 time? Okay, let's go do the percentages first. You've got a 50%, so that's 0.50, mixing with a 40%, so that's 0.40, to produce a 45%, so that's 0.45. All right, let's let F, nope, let's let X be the 50% amount of the 50%. Let's let Y be the amount of the 40%. All right, let's go get our system. How much? You want to produce a total of 25 gallons. So X plus Y needs to equal 25. For the second equation, 50% solution times that many gallons plus 40% solution times that many gallons will equal a 45% solution with 25 gallons. I'm going to multiply the top equation by negative 0.50, and I will get negative 0.50x minus 0.50y to equal negative 0.50 times 25, negative 12.5. Now my bottom equation, I'm going to keep the same, 0.50x plus 0.40y equals, I'm going to go ahead and do that multiplication, 0.45 times 25 is 11.25. The x's are eliminated. Negative 0.50y plus 0.40y gives me negative 0.1y. Negative 12.5 plus 11.25 gives me negative 1.25. Dividing both sides by negative 0.1, y equals negative 1.25 divided by negative 0.1, I get 12.5. Okay, hold on. Y is the amount of the 40% solution. So I need 12.5 gallons of the 40% solution. I knew that I needed 25 gallons total. So I'm going to plug that back into this equation. X plus 12.5 equals 25. Subtracting 12.5 from both sides, I get X equals 25 minus 12.5 is 12.5. So I need 12.5 gallons of the 50% solution and 12.5 gallons of the 40% solution. Number 6. Sylvia wants to mix a 40% apple juice drink, so this is 0.40, with a pure apple juice. Oh, we haven't seen that before. That's going to be 1.00 because it's 100% apple juice, to make 2 liters of a drink that is 90%, so 0.90 apple juice. How much pure apple juice should she use? Okay, so let's let X be the amount of the 40% and let Y be the amount of the 100%, or we should say the pure apple. All right, here we go. Our equations. She wants to make 2 liters of drink. So X plus Y has to equal 2. Okay, now the concentrations. We have 0.40 X plus 1 times Y is supposed to equal 90%, so 0.90 times 2 liters. All right, if I multiply that top equation by -1, I would get negative X minus Y equals -2. The Y's would be gone. 0.4 minus 1 is -0.6. X equals 0.90 times 2. And then to that number, I want to subtract 2. So I get -0.2. Dividing both sides by -0.6, X will equal -0.2 divided by -0.6, which is 1/3. Now, what did I want? I wanted the amount of the pure apple juice, so I wanted Y. All right? So if I know X plus Y equals 2, 1/3 plus Y equals 2. Subtracting 1/3 from both sides, Y would equal 2 minus 1/3, which is 5/3. So I want 5/3 liters of pure apple juice. Question 7. A boat takes 1.5 hours to go 18 miles upstream against the current. It can go 30 miles downstream with the current in the same amount of time. So these two times will be equal. That's important. Find the speed of the current and the speed of the boat in still water. So let's let X be current, speed of current. And let Y be the speed of the boat in still water. Okay, so let's go about distances. it can go 18 miles upstream. So upstream, it can go 18 miles. And it takes 1.5 hours to do that. It can go 30 miles downstream in the same amount of time. Now the rates. Okay, when I'm going upstream, so here's the water. The current is flowing this way. So if I'm going upstream this way, I'm going to do the speed of the boat minus the current. So that rate is going to be y minus x. If I'm going downstream with the current, my rate is going to be y plus x. Okay, we know that distance equals rate times time, right? So time is equal to distance divided by rate. So let's go solve, let's see, time for upstream. I know that 18 equals y minus x times 1.5. If I divide both sides by y minus x, I get 18 over y minus x is equal to 1.5. Now, if I'm going downstream, I know that 30 equals y plus x times 1.5. In other words, 30 divided by y plus x equals 1.5. All right, there's my equation. I have 18 over y minus x is going to equal 30 over y plus x. All right, after thinking about this one for a few minutes, I'm going to erase a few steps. I'm going to go back to setting up distance equals rate times time. I'm going to stop there. Okay, so distance equals rate times time. Upstream, I had that equation. And now let's go talk about downstream. Downstream distance equals rate, which was y plus x times time, 1.5. All right, let's go distribute these 1.5s. Right here and right here. So my two equations will be 18 equals 1.5y minus 1.5x. And the other equation will be 30 equals 1.5y plus 1.5x. If I solve these using elimination, the x's are gone. 18 plus 30 is 48. 1.5y plus 1.5y is 3y. Dividing both sides by 3, 48 divided by 3 is 16. So 16 equals y. To solve for x, I can plug it back into either equation. I'm going to go to this one. Oops. Okay, so I get 18 equals y, which is 16 minus x times 1.5. So 18 equals, when I distribute, 16 times 1.5 is 24 minus 1.5x. Subtracting 24 from both sides. 18 minus 24 is -6 equals -1.5x. Dividing by -1.5, I get x equals -6 divided by -1.5 is 4. All right, so what was my x, what was my y? X was the speed of the current. So the speed of the current is 4 miles per hour. And y was the speed of the boat in still water, which was 16 miles per hour. Number 8. A plane flies 264 miles with the wind in 3 hours. The return trip takes 4 hours. So we have with the wind and against the wind. We're going to do distance, rate, and time. All right, what do we know? 264 miles with the wind. 264 miles takes 3 hours. The return trip takes 4 hours, same distance. Now, the rate. What's the speed of the wind and the speed of the plane? Let's let x be the speed of plane with no wind, and let y be the speed of the wind. So if you're going with the wind, you're going to be traveling x plus y. If you're going against the wind, your rate is going to be x minus y. Don't forget, distance equals rate times time. So 264 equals rate x plus y times 3. And 264 equals rate x minus y times 4. So I get 264 equals 3x plus 3y. And I get 264 equals 4x minus 4y. If I want to eliminate the y's, I need to multiply this one by -4. And I will need to multiply this one by, oh no, wait a minute, +4. +4 would give me 12y, and +3 would give me -12y. So the y's would go away. All right, let's multiply. 4 times 264 is 1056 equals 12x plus 12y. For the second equation, 3 times 264 is 792. That will equal 12x minus 12y. Y's are eliminated. 1056 plus 792 equals 1848. 12x plus 12x is 24x. Dividing both sides by 24, 1848 divided by 24 is 77 equals x. So x was the speed of the plane. So the speed of the plane is 77 miles per hour. Now let's go find the speed of the wind. I'm going to plug that back into here. So I get 264 equals x, which is 77, plus y times 3. 264 equals 77 times 3, 231, plus 3y. Subtracting 231 from both sides. 264 minus 231 is 33 equals 3y. Dividing both sides by 3, 33 divided by 3 is 11 equals y. So the speed of the plane is 11 miles per hour. Number 9. How much water should be mixed with 10% plant fertilizer solution to make half gallon of a 6% plant fertilizer solution? So let's go get the percentages again. How much water, so that's 0% plant fertilizer, right? Should be mixed with 10% to make a half gallon of 6%. So that's your percentages. Okay, let's let X be the amount of water and Y be the amount of 10%. We want to make half gallon. So X plus Y has to equal 0.5, half a gallon. Now let's go get the concentrations. I have 0 times X plus 0.10 times Y will equal 0.06 times 1/2. So that gives me 0.10y equals, what is 0.06 times 5? Sorry, 0.5. 0.03. Dividing both sides by 0.10 leaves me with y equals 0.03 divided by 0.10, 0.3. Y equals 0.3. That's the amount of 10%. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to know how many gallons of water. Okay, so I need to plug that back into the first equation. X plus 0.3 equals 0.5. Subtracting 0.3 from both sides leaves me with X equals 0.5 minus 0.3, which is 0.2. So I need 0.2 gallons of water to mix with 10% plant fertilizer solution to make half a gallon of 6% plant fertilizer solution. Last question. In the Super Bowl, Team A scored twice as many points as Team B. If the total number of points scored by both teams was 18, find the number of points scored by each team. Let's let X be the number of points scored by Team A and Y be the number of points scored by Team B. Okay, the total number of points scored by both teams was 18. So X plus Y needs to be 18. Team A scored twice as many points as Team B. Team A scored twice as many points as Team B. So if Team B scored, say, 3 points, then Team A would score 6 points. If Team B scored, say, 10 points, Team A would score 20 points. If Team B scored Y points, then Team A would score 2Y points. So the number of points scored by Team A is X, and it has to be twice as many scored by Team B, so X has to equal 2Y. All right, let's go do substitution on this one. I'm going to substitute 2Y in for X. So I get 2Y plus y equals 18. 2y plus y is 3y equals 18. Dividing both sides by 3, y equals 6. If y is 6, plugging back in to that equation, x would equal 2 times 6, which is 12. So Team A scored 12 points, and Team B scored 6 points. That was a long homework assignment.